Dear student, hope all of you doing well. Assalamu alaikum. This is our course Labor Economics, and today is our topic about the unemployment and its types. Learning outcomes. After this lecture, you will be able to understand unemployment, types of unemployment, frictional unemployment, structural unemployment, cyclical unemployment, and seasonal unemployment. So, what is unemployment? Here we define the unemployment. Unemployment occurs when a person who is actively searching for employment but he or she is unable to find work. Unemployment is often used as measure of the health of the economy. Now we discuss about the briefly types of the unemployment. When we are using a four type topology, we say that the types of unemployment are frictional unemployment, structural unemployment, cyclical unemployment, and seasonal unemployment. In the next slides, we briefly discuss about these types and their definition and causes and some examples of these four types of the unemployment. Starts, what is frictional unemployment? Here we define the frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment is a kind of unemployment that occurs when people are between jobs or are looking for their new jobs. In simple word, when one person leave one job to find another job, the time between first and second job is called the frictional unemployment. And when a person looking their first job, the time taken to find first job is called the frictional unemployment. Some examples of the frictional unemployment includes quitting, a volunteer from a frictional unemployment, that is already I am explained, termination, and involuntary from a frictional unemployment. Seasonal employment, becoming unemployed because the work is done for the season. Term unemployment, a job ends that was only temporary in the first place. Causes of frictional unemployment. Here we explain the causes of frictional unemployment. There is a mismatch between job seekers and available job in the market. This is generally due to the natural career progression for an employee and their natural transition to a new job, industry, or other new sector. Our next type is the structural unemployment. First of all, we define what is structural unemployment. Structural unemployment resulting from industrial reorganization, typically due to technological change rather than the fluctuation in the supply or demand. Structural unemployment is a form of involuntary unemployment caused by a mismatch between the skills that workers in the economy can offer and the skills demanded of the workers by employers. Structural unemployment is often brought about by the technological changes that make the job skills of many workers obsolete. What are some examples of the structural unemployment? Here we present some example of the structural unemployment. For example, farmers in emerging market economies are the examples of the structural unemployment. Free trade allowed global food corporations access to their markets that put small-scale farmers out of business. What are the major causes of the structural unemployment? Here we explain the major causes of the structural unemployment. According to definition, structural unemployment is caused by the mismatch of the skills between unemployed and available jobs. Geographical immobilities. This occurs when workers are unable to move from areas of high unemployment to areas with labor shortages. Number one reason, geographical immobilities. Number two, occupational immobilities. Number three, lack of education or training. Our third type is the cyclical unemployment. First of all, we define the cyclical unemployment. Cyclical unemployment is unemployment that results when the overall demand for goods and services in an economy cannot support full employment. It occurs during the period of slow economic growth or during the period of economic contraction or recession. What is cyclical unemployment? Examples. Here we include some example to understand the concept of the cyclical unemployment. One concrete example of the cyclical unemployment is when an automobile worker is laid off during the recession to cut labor cost. During this downturn, people are buying fewer vehicles, so the manufacturer doesn't need many workers to meet the demand. High or low cyclical unemployment is only temporary. Why is cyclical unemployment bad? Sometimes the stock market crash is cause of the cyclical unemployment. Example include the crash of 1929. This is the Great Depression of the 1929 when the millions of people, the masses of people unemployed in Europe, UK and USA and all over the world due to the recession. Market crash of the 2000, financial crisis of the 2008. A bad market crash can be cause a recession by instilling panic and loss of confidence in an economy. Another example, today's latest time, it may be due to the coronavirus outbreak, COVID-19, due to the lockdown, stop production and many others economic activities. Millions of people lost their jobs in all over the world. Due to this slowdown, the economy of the world may be enter in another recession like the Great Depression of 1929. What is the difference between cyclical unemployment and structural unemployment? Simply, cyclical unemployment occurs because of ups and downs of the economy over time. When the economy enters a recession, many of the people lost are considered cyclical unemployment. Like nowadays, due to the COVID-19 outbreak, many people lost their job according to the World Health Organization and the World Bank, and also predicted the Asian Development Bank and IMF. Whereas the structural unemployment occurs because of the absence of demand for a certain type of worker. Our last type of the unemployment type is the seasonal unemployment. First of all, we define the seasonal unemployment. Definition: the seasonal unemployment means the demand for a specific kind of work and workers change with a change in season, such as the agriculture industry, wherein the demand for workers is more during the harvesting than is required in the another month in a year. Look at again seasonal unemployment due to the change of seasons. Very simple examples such as agricultural industry, that is the agriculture farming. Like nowadays, a time of harvesting of wheat in Pakistan, many Pakistan areas. starting from Sindh, then Punjab, then KPK. So nowadays there is a need of this industry, agriculture farm industry. When this time pass, that is the season of the harvesting is end, the labor is unemployed. This type of the labor is called the seasonal unemployed labor. Seasonal unemployment occurs when people are unemployed at certain times of the year because they work in industries where they are not needed all the year. Examples of industries other than I have already explained in the previous slide, that is the farming or agriculture industries. Other than the agriculture industries are the production and employment are seasonal, including tourism and leisure, farming, construction, and retailing as well. Seasonally unemployed workers suffer personal hardships and the economy in general loses production. While some seasonally unemployed workers might prefer to remain employed, others use the unemployment as vacation time. Examples of the seasonal unemployment. I've already explained the many examples of the seasonal unemployment. There is a recap occurs. Seasonal unemployment occur when people are unemployed at certain time of the year because they work in industries where they are not needed around the years. Examples of the industries where the demand, production, and employment are seasonal, including the tourism, leisure time, farming, construction, and retailing. Simple in small business like dry fruit market. The business of the dry fruit market only takes place in the winter season. When winter season change, the people connected of the this type of the business is unemployed around the years, other time of the years. There are many causes of the structural unemployment, simply period when the demand for manpower as well as the capital stock reduces because of the decreased demand in the economy at the particular point in time in a year. Causes the seasonal unemployment. Seasonal unemployment is prevalent in those industries which are engaged in seasonal production activities. Here I include the activity. This is called the activity 1. Write the brief note on the Great Depression of 1929. Also write its causes and remedial measures. You may use the Google search for this activity. I also upload this activity on the easyclass.com. You can use the MS Word doc to write this activity to answer this question. Answer this question on the Word document and save in your computer. After saving, you may upload on the easyclass.com. Thank you for your patience.